According to Napoleon Hill, there's only one quality that one must possess to win. Find out what that is on today's live. Good morning. My name is Pia McAdams. I am an author. I'm also a certified, I'm a accounting professor and a certified life coach. I specialize in personal and small business finance and also fitness. I help people reach their goals. And I want to welcome you to Transform Your Life in 15 minutes. This is where we're going to be doing 5-minute exercises, one each for the mind, the body, and the soul. For the soul, we're going to be doing a 3-minute guided meditation. For the body, I say 5, right? It's really the 5 because that can give me a little more time to talk. And then for the yoga, for the body, we're going to do a 5-minute yoga presentation. And then for the mind, we're going to do a 5-minute lesson that's going to take you a lifetime to master. And before we get started, I want you to know one other thing. I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm here to help you unlock what's already within you. So let's go ahead and start searching for keys. So I talked about the one quality that you must possess to win, according to Napoleon Hill. You ready for what it is? Well, it is definite of purpose. Okay, so definite of purpose. And what is definite of purpose? This is about knowing exactly what it is that you want and then having a burning desire of going to achieve it. Okay, so knowing exactly what it is that you want out of life and then having a burning desire to achieve it. Now, did you know that we're going to be talking about eating frogs? Okay, so remember, we're talking about eating frogs, or the book Eat That Frog by Tracy. So today's concept is going to be called setting the table. Okay, so setting the table. No, I'm not talking about like setting the table like we're about to eat, but in a, figuratively. But what we're going to be talking about is this is a principle about knowing what it is that you want to do and being very, very clear on how you're going to do it. Okay, so being very clear. Because did you know that the reason why a lot of people procrastinate is because there's vagueness and confusion about their goals and objectives. They don't know. They're not clear about it. They have an idea like it's somewhere out in La La Land. But guess what? La La Land is not going to get you what you want. So we're going to be talking about setting the table. And because of this, being clear, having clarity is perhaps the number one concept in personal productivity. Now, did you know that the reason why a lot of people, or most people that get what they want done is because they are very, very clear on their goals and objectives and they don't deviate from them. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is I'm going to give you 7 steps that's going to help you become clear in setting goals and objectives. And this is something that you can use for the rest of your life. All right, so you ready to take notes? Because I know my smart people that are listening to me, you have your pen and paper ready in hand. I didn't say anything else. Your pen and paper or pencil if you prefer, and you're ready to take notes. All right, but always got to give you a second, just a second to get ready. But you should already be ready. Okay, so you ready? We're going to be now set the table. This is metaphorically, we're going to set the table. 7 steps that's going to help you set clear goals and get what you want. Number 1 is decide exactly what it is that you want. Okay, real easy. Decide exactly what it is that you want. So I'm going to tell you a story about you. Okay, so there was a person or a guy named you that went into a restaurant. And the restaurant is called the Universal Restaurant. And so the waitress puts a big menu in front of you and says that you can have anything that you want, anything your heart's desire. Remember, this is a restaurant of Universal Restaurant. Anyway, so you look at the menu and you say, well, I don't know what I want, but I'm hungry. So then the waitress says, okay, I'll give you a couple minutes and then I'll come back. So a few minutes later, the waitress says, well, have you decided yet? And so you said, well, no, I really can't decide. There's so much to choose from that, but I'm hungry. I want something to eat. I'm hungry. And so then the waitress goes back again. So, okay, I'll just give you a few more minutes. So the waitress comes back a third time and says, okay, have you decided what you want yet? And so you look at the menu. And then you said, I really just can't decide. I'm hungry, but I just can't decide what it is I want. So at this time, the waitress gets frustrated and says, okay, don't worry about it. So then the waitress goes back into the kitchen and tells the chef, there's you out there. There's someone named you out there that doesn't know what he wants, but he's hungry. And so then the chef, who's the owner of the restaurant, says back, okay, just give him more of what he already has. Okay, so then the waitress just comes back with more of what you already have. Do you get it? I know it's early in the morning, but come on. So in other words, you got to be clear about what you want. Otherwise, you're just going to get what you've always been gotten. Okay. So be very, very clear. That's step number one is to decide exactly what it is that you want. Now, number two is write it down. Okay. Write it down. Think on paper. If you think it, ink it. I said that yesterday in my .bam on my webpage. If you think it, ink it. Write it down. Did you know that by writing it down, you're 5 to 10 times more likely to achieve and accomplish what you want? So if you want it, write it down. Number three, set a deadline, okay? Set a deadline for your goal. It's not enough to say, okay, I want this, okay? And then you're clear about what you want, and then you're writing it down, but there has to be a deadline. What it is that you want to accomplish. Now, don't be, so bogged down or so worried about this deadline. You may need to set sub deadlines. And keep in mind, guys, this is a target. Like, in other words, let's say that you set a deadline. What are we in now? September. Let's say you set a deadline for that you're going to lose weight or get some amount of money or get out of debt or whatever it is that you want. And you want to have it by December 31st. And then December 31st comes and you're like, get all discouraged because you haven't achieved it. But think about what you have accomplished up until that point. Okay. So set a deadline. This is more so of making parameters around your goals. Okay. So in other words, it can't be open-ended. There needs to be some type of parameters, but understand it's like a target. You're aiming for it. Doesn't mean that you're going to always get it. Sometimes you're going to get it. Sometimes you may get it beforehand, but I guarantee you, if you're clear on what you want, you've written it down and you set a target, you're going to be closer to getting it than if you didn't do those things. Okay. All right. So that was number three. Number four is make a list of everything that you can think of that's going to help you accomplish what it is that you want. In other words, brain dump. Just write it down on paper. I don't know if you've ever, probably not, but maybe if you've ever had like a writing coach or someone that teaches you about writing, or if you're thinking about writing a book, what they tell you to do, just write it down. Don't worry about editing. Just get it down on paper first, and then you're going to organize it later because, matter of fact, that's going to be the next step. But just kind of brain dump of everything that you can think of that's going to help you accomplish what it is that you want. Just write it all down. Then, as I mentioned before, the next step, which is step number 5, is to organize that list into a plan. So this is where you say A, B, C, this one has to come before this one has to come before this one. And remember, these are all according to sub deadlines. Now, my girl Nisi is going to probably kill me, my BFF, but she came up with the concept. I'm not going to call the name because she hasn't really released it yet, but I'll kind of give you like a sneak preview because it's what I'm talking about. And this is what I use, okay? There you go. I can't say it really quickly. Okay, I just showed it to Nisi. I didn't show exactly what it was. I just kind of showed it. But it's basically, this is a written template, if you will. It's going to help you achieve your goals. And it's doing the steps of exactly what, Brian Tracy is mentioning in this book, Eat Your Frog. What I did was, and I'll just give you an example. This one right here, you guys, I came out with a book. And so what happened is, now that the book is written, I got the book cover design and everything. So now it's about, I'm going to do self-publishing. So what I did was I wrote down everything I needed to do with, self-publishing, getting the media kit and all of that. So that's what you're seeing right here, And then I put deadlines of when it is that I want to accomplish it. And then at the very bottom is actually what my goal is. Okay. So in other words, you're going to make sure that you're organizing the plan, set deadlines, and also you may need to set sub deadlines. All right, so number 6, this is one of the most important one. Take action, immediate action. And for me and people out there like me, Virgos, those perfectionists, well, I'm sorry, I'm actually a recovering perfectionist. But for all you perfectionists out there, take imperfect action. Just do something. Do it immediately, okay? That's very, very important because what happens is you get all this done, you get all relieved, and all of a sudden you say, okay, I'll do this tomorrow. No, do it immediately. Find something on your list that you can do immediately. All right, so that's number 6. And then number 7 is to resolve to do something every single day. And if you're following me and remember the book that I read last time, which is The Compound Effect, it's about eating the elephant. How do you eat the elephant? It's one bite at a time, or small steps, baby steps. Do something, a little something every single day. All right, so those are your 7 actions or your 7 steps in order to get clarity and clear on your goals and objectives. Let me go through them one more time in case you missed it. Number 1 is to decide exactly what it is that you want. Okay. Number 2, think it, ink it, write it down. Number 3, set a deadline on your goal. And you may also have to do sub deadlines. Number 4, make a brain dump. Make a list of everything that you need to do to accomplish it. Number 5 is to then organize that list. Number 6 is to make sure that you take action immediately. And then the number 7 step is to make sure that you do something every single day regarding your goal. All right, so guys, understand that when it comes to getting clear on your goals, clarity is going to have a wonderful effect on your thinking. Like seriously, it's going to stimulate your creativity. It's going to release your energy. And it's going to help you overcome procrastination so that you can eat that frog. All right, I hope this was helpful for you. So now we're going to move on to the next one. By the way, how you guys are doing? Good morning, Wayne. I see you're joining me. Thanks for joining me this morning. Good to see you. Watching live, and then also those that are watching the recording. Now, because I've been having little issues with the volume, just want to make sure. Okay, it says I have volume here. Never know what's going on. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next section, and this is where we're going to be doing a 5-minute yoga routine. So we're going to get the body moving, and then it also is going to help stimulate the stuff that we just talked about. We're going to reinforce it because now we're going to do a mind-body connection. By the way, your mind's already connected to your body, but I just had to say that because it sounds nice. The mind-body connection. All right, sorry, I'm off camera there. Okay, so we are going to be doing a 5-minute yoga routine, and with I almost forgot my phone. I haven't done that in a while, by the way. By the way, you're looking at my lights. If you're wondering why it looks good, that's the lights right here. You know, it helps in the morning. But anyway, we're going to be doing a 5-minute yoga routine, and as I would like to say is, it is good to watch, but it's better to do. Okay, so in other words, I'm inviting you to do the yoga with me and not just sit there and watch me do it. Because again, guys, it's only 5 minutes. And I try to do like easy poses. And as a matter of fact, I try to do repetitive poses. So over time, if I say, okay, get into tabletop, you know exactly what tabletop is. If I say get into child's pose, which we're going to start off today, you know what child's pose is. And I do, like I said, I try to do some of the repetitive poses so that then you learn them, and then I'll introduce 1 or 2, you know, throughout, and then I'll start introducing more as I do that. Okay, but so this is going to be more helpful and useful to you if you're actually doing it with me. Get your body moving. I know it's first thing in the morning, but that's what you want to do. You want to get up, you want to set your intentions, you want to get your breath, you want to get in line. Okay, so we're going to get in child's pose. We're going to have extended arm child's pose. You're going to take a couple deep breaths to get yourself aligned, grounded, and then come into the present now. Stop thinking about what's going on and what you got to do today right now. Like my girl Nisi always likes to say to us, this is your penny. In other words, you're that important. Pay yourself first, right? So do something for yourself first. Don't worry about nothing else. This is your time. It's just 5 minutes. Take it for yourself. You deserve it. Because we know about the analogy about the airplane, right? When you're flying, I'm talking too much. Okay, I get it. Okay, I move it. Matter of fact, okay, while I'm talking, I'll be looking at my music or trying to find the music. Okay, found it already. Darn, can't talk anymore. All right, so let's go ahead and get into extended arm child's pose. Take your breath to get yourself aligned, centered. Okay, come into this present moment. This is for you. And then I also want you to set your intentions about what it is that you want to accomplish for this next 5 minutes. Now, immediately after that, we're going to go into a 3-minute guided meditation where we're going to help you clear your minds and get rid of those thoughts that I'm asking you to get rid of now. But we'll actually do a focused meditation that's going to actually design to help you do that. All right, so I got the music. Let's go ahead and get into extended arm child's pose. And by the way, before you get into child's pose, this is where you take your breath and get into a line. You'll see me do it. Now extend the arms nice and long. And I want you to press your fingertips down into the mat. Let the forehead go down toward the mat as the crown of your head extends forward. You're going to feel a nice gentle stretch from the fingertips all the way down to your tailbone, from the kneecaps all the way to the toes. And just continue to breathe. Now go ahead and place your palms flat as you start to transition your body into tabletop. You're in neutral spine. Head is again natural extension of the spine. Fingers are spread out nice and wide. Palms are directly underneath your shoulder. Your knees are directly underneath your hips. Just kind of move your body side to side. Sway those hips. Maybe move your head around. It's all about the movement, getting comfortable, taking nice deep breaths, just going along with what's going on internally inside of you. All right, let's go ahead and return back to neutral spine. I want you to draw your breath in. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, drop your chin down to your chest, round through your spine, tuck your tailbone under. I want you to press those armpits down away from your shoulders, down toward the mat. And as you inhale, belly goes down toward the mat. And the chest comes forward. Tailbone sticks out toward the back. And as you exhale, round through the spine. And again, inhale. This time as you exhale, I want you to curl your toes under and I want you to take it to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana, go ahead and pedal those legs. And then I want you to slowly walk your feet in toward your palms. Keep your knees bent if you need to make sure that your palms stay flat onto the mat. And just kind of hang out here for a minute and forward fold. Uttanasana. And I want you to slowly lift up, rounding it one vertebrae at a time, making sure that your head is the last to rise. Draw your shoulders down and back, and let's come to Tadasana, mountain pose. So your feet about hip distance apart or together, depending on your stance. I kind of knock knees, so mine are hip distance apart. Your shoulders are drawn and back. Your head is a natural extension of the spine. There's a gently string pulling from the top of your head all the way to the ceiling, and there's roots from the bottom of your feet that's grounding you all the way through your floor into Middle Earth. You're standing nice, tall, sturdy like a mountain. Let's draw the breath in. Inhale, take the arms overhead. And as you exhale, we're going to dive the body forward. And as you inhale, look up halfway. And as you exhale, we're going to flatten out the palms. You're going to step back with that right leg. And we're going to come to low lunge. Now in this low lunge position, we're going to make sure that your knee is directly underneath your ankle. The back leg is back. Then you may kind of want to just go side to side, just kind of sway in this low lunge position. You could be on your fingertips or flat, just depending on what you want to do. I like the fingertips. You want to go backwards and forward. Remember, it's all about movement. Just get into the movement, align yourself. All right, and then slowly release the knee down toward the mat. Soften that kneecap, uncurl the toes, and then lift up your chest, take those arms back. Forehead goes up toward the sky. Now once you draw those arms up, extend it back. And this is too much for you first thing in the morning, just go ahead and gently release your palms down to your thighs. Again, still open up your chest. You're pressing your hips down toward the mat and also forward. All right, go ahead and release the fingertips down toward the mat. Curl that back toe under. Come back up to low lunge. I want you to take that back right foot, turn it in perpendicular as you start to straighten out that left leg. And then I want you to bring your chest toward your thigh and knee. If you need to, you can adjust your stance to come a little bit forward if you need to, or go back, just depending on your flexibility in that hamstring. But you should feel a gentle pull here on the hamstrings. And you're also stretching out the hips. You're pressing them down. Now go ahead and flatten out the palm. Take that leg back, and let's take it back to downward facing dog. Now as we inhale, let's come to plank. And as we exhale, take it to downward facing dog. As we inhale, we're going to come to plank. And as we exhale, we're going to take it to downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale to plank. This time, as you exhale, you're going to release your knee, chest, or chin, or chaturanga dandasana. And as you inhale, bring your body forward to upward facing dog. Relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. Curl those toes under and take it to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Savasana. Press those chest toward those thighs and knees. Just hang out here for a second because now we're going to walk our feet in again. Toward our palms. This time as we inhale, we're going to take it all the way up. Arch back for me just a little. Exhale, forward fold. and then look up halfway. Flatten out the palms. This time, step back with that left leg. And let's take it to the low lunge. Okay, again, walk it back and forth, side to side. Just kind of open up the hip here. And then release the knee toward the mat. Soften that kneecap. And lift up. Chest lift up. Hips go down toward the mat. Extend those arms up overhead if you want. Remember, you can also release them down toward your thigh. So you can also be here if it's too much for you in the morning. But still keep that chest open, lift it, forehead goes up toward the sky. All right, take the fingertips back down. Curl that toe under. Put the foot in perpendicular as you start to straighten out that right leg. And we're going into pyramid. Continue to breathe, guys. On your inhale, just kind of hold your position. As you exhale, release and surrender into the pose. Release the muscles, just surrender, just let it go on the exhale. Now go ahead and flatten out the palms. Take this leg back to downward facing dog. This time as you inhale, you come up on the top of your toes. And as you exhale, roll down to the balls of your feet all the way down toward those heels. Let's do it again. Inhale, come up on the top of your toes. And as you exhale, roll all the way down to the balls of your feet, all the way down toward your heels. Try to press them down toward the mat, but if it doesn't go, that's okay. One more time, come up on the top of your toes. And as you exhale, roll down to the balls of your feet, all the way down toward those heels. All right, again, walk the feet in. Inhale, take it all the way up. Arch back. Exhale. Place your palms flat on the mat. Walk your feet out toward the edges of the mat. Toes pointed at an angle. And as you exhale, release the tailbone down toward the mat. Using your elbows and your triceps to push out those inner thighs, bring the palms together at heart center for Manasana. And you're going to bow your head and give gratitude and thanks. Then release the palms down to the mat. Take them behind as you slowly switch. Transition yourself into a comfortable seated position facing forward. Making sure that you're on your sits bones and off the fleshy part of your bottom. Your chest is lifted, fingertips are down toward the mat. Let's go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Inhaling, arms come up. And as you exhale, release the fingertips down toward the mat. Again, deep breath. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time, nice deep breath. Inhaling. This time we're going to greet the palms together at the very top. As we exhale, we're going to bring our palms to heart center and namaste. All right. Go ahead and stay in your nice comfortable position. And this is going to bring us to our meditation portion. Now in this meditation, this is just going to be a 3-minute guided meditation. That's again going to design to help you focus on your breath. So to get started, I want you to take a nice deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Again, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. One more time, nice deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. All right, we're going to do what is known as soft eyes. And if you feel more comfortable closing your eyes, feel free to close your eyes. But if you like to meditate with your eyes open, just do a soft eyes Where although you're going to see me on the screen, you're not focused on me. You're focusing on internally on your breath. Okay? So I want you just to notice you're breathing. But I don't want you to manipulate it. Just continue to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And I want you to notice that as you start to make awareness of your breath, it starts to automatically slow down. If you have any thoughts that begin to wander around in your mind, just gently push those aside and just focus on your breath. I want you to notice the state of being right now in this present moment. Now I want you to repeat after me, and I want you to say your name, and I want you to say, I am, and then your name. So I would say, I am Pia McAdams. Say it to yourself mentally. Now as you do this, I want you to think in terms of all the negativity and stresses that you have in your life. And I want you to become aware of those. Now I want you to say, I am, in just your first name. So I would say, I am Pia. Say it to yourself again mentally. Now I want you to recall your childhood and all the happy memories, bad memories that you had, good times, fun times. It's the time when you were playful. Now I want you to say to yourself, I am. Again, repeat it mentally. Now I want you to release all the memories that you had. Starting off with a clean slate. Notice the relaxed state. Just here in this present moment. I am. Now gently smile to yourself. Now take a nice deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Again, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. One more time, nice deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. All right, release, relax, return, refreshed, and calm. You've done something good for yourself today. I want to thank you for taking this time to meditate with me, and also thank you for taking the time to watch this Transform Yourself in 15 minutes. You guys are doing a great job, and thank you for watching this live broadcast. Your word for today is expansive. I want you to have an expansive day, and I will see you again same time tomorrow. Bye.